we are addressing our energy challenges with, first of all, I would say three major objectives in mind. One is to support economic growth, good jobs, etc. Secondly is to reinforce our security. And third, and perhaps in my view of greatest interest right now, is addressing the climate challenge. So the issue is, how do we do all those three together? And first of all, I would say by observation, it is true that CO2 emissions have ticked up a little bit in the last year, but we are significantly below our levels in the 2005-2007 period, and indeed roughly halfway towards the goal that President Obama put out in 2009 of a 17% reduction by 2020. So we are there. Secondly, there's no question that what's happening in energy has led to economic growth and jobs. A couple of observations there. The recently Fortune magazine put out a list of 100 fastest growing companies. 26 of those had their growth pegged to what's happening in energy. We could go on about jobs. The solar industry is now up to nearly 150,000 direct jobs as deployment has really just blossomed tremendously. And also, part of the economic picture is the considerable rebirth in manufacturing in the United States. 700,000 manufacturing jobs added. I would note two things in terms of the spillover effects there. One is that manufacturing in turn supports 2/3 of private sector R&D in the country. So there's kind of a nice virtuous circle there. Secondly, would note that the abundance of relative to other major economies, relatively inexpensive natural gas, in turn has supported much of the growth in manufacturing. There are various estimates made between $1 and $200 billion as the investment in new manufacturing capacity in this country in the remainder of this decade, driven by the low natural gas prices. So we are seeing the economic benefits. We are seeing CO2 reductions on the ground. That's the ground truth. Now the question is sustaining it and, in fact, accelerating the transformation to low carbon that we need to meet our climate challenges.